Out the schools that are represented in the final. We see some wrestlers from the quote-unquote superpowers, but it's more spread out this year.
Matt, there were 25 schools represented this morning. That's a tremendous amount to be represented in the morning round. No one had more than 4. A few schools had 3. No one has dominated Region 3 this year.
The quarterfinals were held last evening, the semifinals this morning. So in less than 24 hours, these wrestlers have gone through an awful emotional experience, a physical challenge. What has to happen? What do they have to do to get through the next 6 minutes?
Now there's the mental preparation, not just the athletic ability that they obviously have to be at this point. It's being ready when they take the mat. It's breaking a sweat. It's having that perspiration kind of be felt throughout the body so that they don't make the mistake in the first 30 seconds when they hit their feet on the mat. That's going to be the key for our final.
All right, the wrestlers are being introduced to the crowd at hand here at Union High School. The Region 3 championships are just moments away. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back with the 103-pound bout right after this. I guess there's no greater pressure than that we can impose upon ourselves. Last question and we'll let you go. How are you in terms of your health and your physical conditioning as you prepare for the last week of the season?
Well, I had a little flu the last couple of weeks. It's just about gone now. Still trying to get back into motion. I'm pretty much 100% now. Almost there.
That's good news for you, bad news for your opponents. Congratulations on your win today.
Thanks.
Mark Lombardi of Milburn, a winner at 125 pounds, and the 140-pound bout underway as Francis Dunn of Boonton is up against Pat McCafferty of Roselle Park.
Nice snap by Dunn to circle behind McCafferty and take the lead 2-0. Using legs, has the arm bar. We have a count. We have at least a 4-0 score here right off the bat. Dunn, very, very physical. McCafferty, very, very smooth.
We heard from Jamie Tracy earlier, another Boonton wrestler who credited Francis Dunn with giving him the emotional support and kind of lighting a fire underneath him. Went by the nickname of CC Dunn. I wasn't sure who he was talking about at first, but then when he said 140 pounds, it became clearer. But the Dunn family is a long-time wrestling family at Boonton.
We scrimmaged against Boonton, and I watched Dunn against our wrestlers, and I've watched him through his career. He'd motivate me. I'd be petrified of Dunn if he told me to wrestle well out there at 103 pounds. Now I understand why my son was in trouble at that weight. Fine power half by Dunn. Leg is hooked. A count of 5 to give him a 3-point addition to the 4 that he had to make it 7-0.
McCafferty, the second-seeded wrestler here, defeated Ron Farrington, and then in the semifinals beat Mike Biernat of Parsippany in a match that was somewhat controversial, particularly if you're a Parsippany fan, where the Parsippany fans and head coach John Liberato felt that by stalling calls, which were made late in the match, the action was kind of taken away from Biernat.
Yes, it was. He had a 4-3 lead, and the stalling call changed the way he needed to wrestle. It ended up 6-4 McCafferty. It was a very fine match. And again, a lot of people felt that the official had maybe affected it a little bit. Again, if you were in the park stands, you thought they were excellent calls. And so there certainly is a difference of opinion on the calls that were made concerning the stalling.
Francis Dunn, 4-time District 9 champion, was named Outstanding Wrestler in District 9 last week. 3rd in Region 3 in 1990. 4th in the regions last year. A little bit of a surprise. Not too many losses, not too many blemishes on that record. 103 wins and 13 defeats. In 1990, when he came out of here as the 3rd-place finisher, went to the quarterfinals down at Jadwick.
McCafferty, good tight waist. Stopped Dunn's first move with a tight ankle, but Dunn, a nice sit, a nice roll, swivels the hips around and is going to come up with the reversal.
A very accomplished wrestler, Francis Dunn, and he is dominating a good one. I mean, McCafferty's not chopped liver out there, Jerry.
He's coming into this tournament at this point with a 27-0-1 record. One of the only weights that we have 2 undefeated wrestlers hitting each other in the finals. Dunn soon to pick up more back points if he can keep that back hook. Has the back hook, working hard to get McCafferty over. McCafferty fighting it. Mike Bernard, who you had mentioned before, ended up taking the third place at this weight, defeating Tim Horley of Johnson, 6'4". Very fine third place finish for the Parsippany wrestler.
Potentially dangerous called by Dan Mahoney, so he stops the action with 1:04 to go in the second period. Sam Appello, longtime head coach, still looks as young as ever.
I know, he doesn't change. It really bothers me.
We saw Roselle Park earlier this year defeat Cranford, and I think they're still scratching their heads about all the lineup changes that Sam made to come up with that win. I know Ernie Finizio, who's been on the Roselle Park scene for such a long time, he still talks about it. He still says, I don't know how we beat those guys and how you managed to get some of the performances out of the kids, but he was able to do it.
Dunn, very impressive so far. Not content to ride, continually working for the fall. On his way to becoming the second champion for Boonton.
Jamie Tracy won at 103 pounds, and Dunn here on top comfortably 11-0 with 15 seconds left in the second period. At the conclusion of this bout, we'll be speaking with Brian Klein, the winner at 112 pounds, the Summit wrestler who defeated Pat Bartels by a 4-3 score, and we invite you to stick around for that.
McCafferty trying to stand. Dunn all over him, hanging on leg. Potentially dangerous call by official Mahoney. Every move made by McCafferty in the first two periods countered beautifully by Francis Dunn.
And he extends his lead after two, and frankly doesn't look too winded.
No. Dunn and McCafferty both very, very tall at this particular weight. Sometimes the shorter, stockier person has the advantage, keeping the weight on the small of the back and keeping the person flat. Two wrestlers here built very, very similarly, but Dunn the stronger of the two, and we see that with the move that we just observed, coming behind somewhat easily for two, and we are just 2 points away from a technical fall against a very fine wrestler who again may hit Francis Dunn on Wednesday night. That is not something that McCafferty is thinking about in a very positive sense. And here comes the cradle, and here comes the technical or the fall if he can get him onto the shoulders. The count has started. The match is done. Is it going to be the technical or fall? And again, Dunn content to let it be the technical.
And Francis Dunn with an easy win here at 140 pounds. As he wins in a technical fall over Pat McCafferty. And that gives us time now to speak with Brian Klein, the Summit winner at 112 pounds. And first off, Brian, congratulations.
Thank you very much.